Hello, my name's Elizabeth, but you can call me Liv, and in today's video, we will be talking about the first BL anime in my channel as of this time. So we will be talking about an anime that gives you loss, that gives you episodical stares, that gives you ooh woo all over. So if you want to see that, keep on watching. But first, let's get it.
Mój dans makabry, więc chodź do tańca, gdy krok to szansa i los nam gra. Mam duszę starca, nie umiem palca na.
We're bringing back the seasons. Technically with the seasons, right?
How many times I have? All the time, all the time. Madame, 溶けきれずにのこといかでも雪またいな
Whenever I do these types of like, let's talk about this type of anime or this anime or yada yada, I always try to embody the anime in some way, shape, form. But for this anime, I need like a Gibson guitar, an electric guitar, or a drum set, or a bass drum, not bass drum, or a bass guitar. But like, I'm poor and those things are expensive. The next best thing I have is a black t-shirt and headphones, which by the way, I forgot how amazing these were. Like, Skull Candy is amazing. Check them out. But today I did say we were going to be talking about an anime that brings you lost, episodical stares, and ooh moments all throughout this anime. And I did say it was going to be my first BL anime. Now, don't get it twisted, don't get it anything else. Like, this is not the first BL anime that I have watched in my life. Like, honestly, I would recommend shit like Junjo Romantica or its cousin Sekaiichi Hatsukoi. Love Stage, you know, those are cute, like cutesy, like BL, like you're barely getting started. I would recommend those. They're cute, like adorable, ooh woo. But for this anime, I feel like if you know Sekaiichi Hatsukoi, Junjo Romantica, Love Stage are here, and you know, my heart is gonna be broken. They're like, cute, ooh woo, adorable. Given the anime that we'll be talking about today, it's about here, you know. It has its moments, it has its why you gotta break my heart like that. But you know, if you really, you know, are being like, I gotta cry, I gotta, you know, feel that loss, then I would recommend Banana Fish. Now, personally, I have not seen it, but like, I've seen so many things about it that I'm like, I already know my heart's gonna get broken. Like, I don't want that right now. So, Given. The English name is Given. Japanese name, from what I could find, is also Given. Now, this anime aired between July 12, 2019 to September 12, 2019. So, just last year. It's like a fairly new, new-ish anime, and it was its first BL anime that was allowed to stream, and it's like the network that it streamed on. It was the first BL anime, and a lot of people praised it because of the music. Like, I love music animes more than music manga, because similar to how action, like, you can see action, like you can read it in a manga or imagine it in your book, and seeing like, oh, it goes from A, B, C, panels A, B, C, but then you put them A, B, C all together and it becomes this cool, like, and like the same goes for music animes, because you can see like, oh, you know, they're on the guitar, or like, you know, they have the little music notes, but you never know what they're singing or what they're like, what are you so happy about? So when it gets transformed into an anime, you have all that like feeling and beautifulness, and Given is one of those animes. I love the discography. Is that how you say it? Discography? But I love all of its music, how like they play the electric guitars, the drums, the violin, the bass guitars, all of it. It sounds so pretty. Or even how Mafuyu sings, like, mwah. Like, I love the Given soundtrack. I love the Fire Force soundtrack. Yuri on Ice soundtrack, like, mwah, creme de la creme. But I know that a lot of people, you know, are like BL/Shonen Ai. Shonen or Shonen? Sean and I are, you know, a lot of people are a bit apprehensive because it's like boys love and it's guy and guy. It's like, not my cup of tea. I get it. But at the same time, like, I think Given focuses more on the music rather than the relationship. Like, there is a relationship going on, but it also focuses on the music and how Mafuyu is able to express his feelings and be able to basically say what he is thinking through music, and I think that's beautiful. So I think I'm gonna, before I start on the characters, you know, the plot, my thoughts, yada yada, I'm gonna start off with the quote which says, "Whatever you left behind became my everything and my life." I think this quote fits perfectly for this anime because it is an anime that might be a bit triggering. So trigger warning, spoiler alerts right now. And I say triggering because it has to do with the passing away of a loved one, the sudden passing away of a loved one, and how people deal with it, or how people, because it's so sudden, don't know how to deal with it and how to process those emotions. So I do think it might be a little triggering for some people in that aspect, in that regard, but at the same time it is like an anime, so please keep that in mind. And this anime is only 11 episodes. Each episode is like 25 minutes. Beautiful. Mwah. I heard that there is going to be a Given movie in 2020. Fingers crossed. So, your characters. So the characters are Mafuyu Sato, who is voiced by Yano Shogu. Now this man has the voice of an angel. This man, like, I would want to marry him just for him to sing. He has a beautiful fucking voice, and he has been in Mob Psycho 102 as Udo. And Mafuyu is the main character. He's one of the main characters. He has a beautiful voice. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Then we have Uenoyama Ritsuka. Uenoyama, like, for some reason, Uenoyama, I can't say it, so please, sorry. I don't speak Japanese. Sorry. He is voiced by Uchida Yuma, who I mentioned Banana Fish, and this man is also in Banana Fish as the fucking Calendris Aslan Jade. He is the main character also in Banana Fish. He's the blonde dude of Banana Fish, so I'm like, he knows what he's doing. And he's also the main character, and he has been playing electric guitar since he was in 6th grade, so you know, he's pretty skilled, I think. Uenoyama-kun and Mafuyu are in high school, so you know, this dude's pretty talented. Then we have Nakayama Haruki, who is voiced by Nakazawa Masatono, who has been in Dramatical Murder as Clear. Clear is my favorite, by the way, in Dramatical Murder. He is the bassist in the band. He is the oldest, and he's also a barista, and he secretly has a not-so-secret crush on their drummer. Now their drummer is Kaji Akihiko, who is voiced by Eguchi Takuya, which, by the way, Eguchi, adorable. And he has been in Kuroko no Basuke as Kugane Shinji. And he is the drummer. He is also a violinist. He's in college, the same as Haruki. And he's the latest man. He looks scary. The photo can tell you that. And he's in love with, like, this other violinist player. So we have, like, a threesome right there. Like a triangle. A triangle right there. And then I decided to include this just to include this, which is why you have a spoiler alert. But then we have Yoshida Yuki, who is voiced by Shin Yuki, who has been in Boku no Hero Academia 3 or 4, and he is Natsuo Todoroki. I'm not gonna say more about Yuki, so let's jump right into the plot. So Mafuyu wakes up from the same dream that happened on a cold winter morning. He carries around a guitar with him, and he goes to school. He goes through his routine, but you can tell that he's not always there. His mind may be wandering, and he makes his way to school. And one day, Uenoyama-kun, being Uenoyama-kun, decides, you know, he's gonna take a nap during lunchtime like he always does, and he goes to this kind of secret little stairway by the gyms where a lot of kids are playing basketball, and that's his little secret hideout that he's been taking a nap. And he goes, and he's surprised because he sees someone sleeping there, clutching a guitar to him. And Ueno Yamakun just like, he just wants to sleep. Like, the man just wants to sleep. So he tries to, you know, wake him up, and then they have a little back and forth. He, being a guitarist in 6th grade, asks like, why haven't you changed your guitar strings? Because Mafuyu carries a guitar, a Gibson guitar, which from what I found is expensive, that has broken strings. And Mafuyu, because he doesn't know much about music or much about the maintenance of a guitar, he asks, can you fix it? Is it fixable? Can you fix the strings? And Ueno Yamakun, like, literally he just wants to take a nap. So he's like, yes, if it will mean like you will leave and let me take my nap. So a little more back and forth, and he decides to fix his guitar, fix the strings, and after that begins their journey, their musical journey. That's like their first meeting between Ueno Yamakun and Mafuyu, and that's also the first episode. Now, Ueno Yamakun, because he's like been doing this since 6th grade, he knows like everything. But Mafuyu, this is like his first time dealing with music, dealing with guitars, dealing with all of that, and he's just confused and he wants to learn. He wants to learn more about music. So he asked Ueno Yamakun, because he's the one that changed his strings, to teach him how to play guitar. And Ueno Yamakun is just like, there's a school like band you can join, go there, I don't know how to teach you. And eventually he does end up teaching him, and they start, you know, hanging out together more. He starts teaching him more chords, and for Ueno Yamakun, it's more of a reminiscent of like when he was younger. Like, he remembers, oh my god, like when I was in 6th grade, 7th, 8th grade, I also used to like play the same chords, like listen to more and more music, and he kind of feels music revival come back. Because, you know, he's been playing for so long, so it's like, to him. But now he has someone else who he's teaching and who's also learning, and it's fun again. Mafuyu kind of like tells him he has this song in his head, and he hums it. He sings it. He's like, la 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 to him. And Yamakun is just blown away. He's like, holy shit, you need to make you our lead vocalist. And before that, like, Mafuyu had already been to a few of Ueno Yamakun's band's jam sessions, and you know, he's been learning more and more in that. But like this time now, Ueno Yamakun wants to bring him so he can be the lead vocalist. And you know, they sing and he gets in. He's in the band now. But you know, music is an expensive hobby, especially when you're playing guitar, because you need all, you know, like the strings, everything is so expensive. So he decides to get a job. Now he gets a job at this live house, gets a job there, and he meets with one of his friends who was also his childhood friend. He was one of 4 people that were childhood friends since they were young. And the last time he saw the other 2 was at the funeral. Mafuyu freaks out because he doesn't know how to deal with that because he's still grieving. And the other friend kind of chases him. He's like, why do you have Yuki's guitar? What, are you playing now? What happened? And Ueno Yamakun is there too, and he asks Mafuyu, who is Yuki? Like, why do you have his guitar? And when Mafuyu just doesn't know how to react, and he just tells him, sing for me. And this is the first time that Akihiko hears him sing, but he is also worried because Mafuyu's music could drown out Ueno Yamakun's music. It's so strong and it's so powerful that it could drown out Ueno Yamakun's music. You know, one of the friends is like, oh, you know, we need a band to play at the live house that Mafuyu works at. You should come, you should do it. And they agree. And at the same time, Ueno Yamakun is making Mafuyu a song based on what he sang to him twice now. So he does the song, he adds the guitars, then he gives it to Akihiko, who adds the drums, and then he gives it to Haruki, who adds the bass drums. Now it's up to Mafuyu to add the lyrics, but at the same time he doesn't know, because he like, how do I write the lyrics, first of all. Second of all, he has so many things going on that he doesn't know how to process those emotions. And I do think that Ueno Yamakun is the one who falls in love first, because, you know, they have these cute little moments where like Mafuyu is like, oh, leans his head on his shoulder, and Uenayama-kun like gets all blushy and adorable. So I do think that he fell in love first, but I think he's also confused because he doesn't know who is Yuki. And one of the girls in his class tells him that there was a rumor that Mafuyu was in a gay relationship with someone else and that someone else died during high school. Mafuyu may have been the cause of that. So Uenayama-kun is like, what? Pardon? So he starts feeling confused and everything, and finally you get to the point where they perform, but Mafuyu still doesn't know what to sing. Like how does he process all these emotions? And then this man, Mafuyu, is so amazing because he literally brings everyone close to tears just by singing Mada. And throughout the song that he sings at the live house, everyone just clutches their significant other's hands a little tighter. They're kind of feeling a bit like, I have you and you have me and we're together, and that's good. Because Mafuyu sings about Yuki's passing. Yuki and Mafuyu have been friends since they were children, and Yuki has always been there for Mafuyu in more ways than one. Mafuyu is seen as this introverted kid who's like always quiet, and Yuki was extroverted, like, yeah, you know, happy-go-lucky. And a lot of people wondered how they could be friends, but because they've been childhood friends since forever, you know, they just got each other. They were like soulmates basically, you know. They started a relationship, and from what I could see, the parents of both Yuki and Mafuyu were okay with this relationship. So, you know, they started dating in middle school, but then by the time they got to high school, both of them went to separate high schools. So 3 of the friends, including Yuki and the other 2 friends, went to one high school, while Mafuyu went to another. But because Yuki was also into guitars, playing guitar, music, and because music is an expensive hobby, he had to, you know, save up money for his guitar, save up for like all the expenses, like everything that has to do with the guitar. So they didn't have enough time to be with each other. And because of one single fight where Mafuyu said, "Do you love me enough to die for me?" Yuki was really depressed that he drank a lot, and at first I thought he had died because of alcohol poisoning. But after I did some research, it turns out that Yuki committed suicide because he drank a lot of alcohol and then he hanged himself. And then the next morning, Mafuyu had to come and see his lover. Yeah, you get it. And after, you know, he sang the song and everyone was a bit like, whoa. Uenoyama-kun kissed him, and then I've seen a lot of people who debate that, oh, Mafuyu definitely started liking Uenoyama-kun after the kiss, but I do think that Uenoyama-kun was Mafuyu's savior in a way, because Mafuyu was able to start living again and was able to experience Yuki's favorite hobby and be able to do something with it. So I do think that Uenoyama-kun was the first one to, like, you know, fall in love, start liking Mafuyu. But I don't think that Mafuyu started liking Uenoyama-kun because of the kiss. Because I feel like there were so many moments that Mafuyu just looked at Uenoyama-kun with googly eyes, if that makes sense. They realized that they have, you know, a YouTube, and they put their song there and it's gaining traction, and they decided to change the name from The Seasons to Given, because Mafuyu started music because Yuki's mom, after Yuki's passing, gave Mafuyu Yuki's guitar, so it was given to him, and that's why Mafuyu started playing guitar. And he told the other 2 childhood friends that, you know, he has someone new and he's trying to heal. And yeah, so whatever Yuki left behind became Mafuyu's everything. So Yuki left behind his guitar and his love for music, and Mafuyu picked it up and it became Mafuyu's life. That's how literally it ends, basically. So, oh, and it's so cute. Like, my favorite part is where, like, Mafuyu finally tells Uenoyama-kun it's mutual, and then Uenoyama-kun has this cute little like, oh, it's mutual, but then, you know, he remembers he was trash talking people who were in the same band and started dating, so he had to go and tell the other members, yo, we're dating, and they were like, yeah, we know. I don't want to, like, I gave you a lot of details, but at the same time I don't want to give more details because you should see it because it's amazing. Soundtrack is amazing. Like, this man brought everyone to tears, almost tears, and everyone started clutching their significant other's hands because with just Mada. So it's really freaking cool. I really like it. I do think that Mafuyu became kind of like emotionally attached to Uenoyama-kun because he's very similar to Yuki, but he's not Yuki. Don't get it twisted. But I do think that Uenoyama-kun became kind of like Mafuyu's savior in a way because he saved him from himself and from, you know, his drowning feelings. But yeah, I think you should watch it. I think it's amazing. Give it movie 2020. Realize towards the end like who is Yuki and why Mafuyu became so obsessed and how Mafuyu went from waking up to the same dream on a cold winter night to, you know, turning the page and waking up to a fine spring day. I will put a suicide hotline link and at the end just because, you know, I feel like I might be triggering. Bye. Thanks for watching. Watch Given and tell me what you think about it down below. What's your favorite song? Mine is still the Mother. And yeah, see you next time.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.